I got a lot going on, and I'm trying to figure something out how to deal with it better. I got school, work, bills, mortgage, wife, a lot of things going on at one time. Grandparents I take care of, her parents, my mother, sister. I just got so much. It's ridiculous. My dad didn't make it that far. My dad passed at 45, so he let it consume him. His stress release, he'd like to drink, and just didn't work out.
That it's going to go to the worst. That's my main concern, that he's going to become an alcoholic or just hold everything in and aging very quick before he knows it, not enjoying life.
I'm a correctional officer. It's a stressful job. I try not to bring my job home. When I leave the jail, the jail stays there, so I don't bring anything home with me.
And he really don't express what he's thinking or what he's stressing about.
I try to be as
He tries to take on too much without telling anybody about it. That's what he's trying to do. I ask him how work is, and he always replies,
I feel
work
that
is
works
work.
for me. I've been there 7 years, and I know a lot of officers. They do bring their job home with them, and all it leads into is more domestic problems and divorce, and it's not her worry. You know what I mean? I don't want her to worry. I don't want her to stress out about my job. I have to find a way that would help alleviate the pressure, the stress on myself. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to make time for myself where I can sit and relax and not think about anything, maybe whether it's an hour a day, half hour a day, or just try to settle down and
basically that's why you go to the gym,
not worry about anything. Yeah, I try to release a lot of stress at the gym, and it helps. It helps a lot, actually. It's my biggest stress relief. Find a little time. Maybe I'm going to try to find another hobby that'll help me release some stress, maybe reading a book, maybe going for a walk, something.
I was going to say baseball season, but that sometimes brings
that.
stress to you too.
Yeah, Cub fan, so. I've been relaxing a little more, doing more things I enjoy. Before the stress was high, I'd probably stop and, have a couple beers. I've tried to cut that out because that's not a good way of dealing with it. So I'd go for a walk maybe, get away, get out of the room wherever the stress is, hitting me the hardest. Sometimes just some alone time, maybe take a ride in the car, listen to the radio. The more active you are, you tend to be, I guess the better off you are. I work out 6 days a week. Well, my thing is when I'm at home, I try to forget about everything else. I don't try to bring my work life at home. I don't try to bring it onto her. I was always brought up, you deal with things yourself, so you don't try to bring someone else into your issues. Before I felt like I couldn't relax. I felt I couldn't sit still. I couldn't sit down and just watch a sitcom for a half hour. I couldn't do it, because there was always something for me to do. I slowly taught myself how to, relax, chill out, and just try to go with the flow. To me, work, that's an 8-hour job. It's, get it in, get it out. School's number one. That's just the most important thing, because that's the future. What I started doing, actually, is making a list. And I make a list, and I prioritize it. So that helps where I don't have everything jumbled in my head. And that way I know if I go by the list, I get one thing done, can get the next thing done. That actually helps me a lot. And then I just mark it off. So whatever the list, I might make a list for 2 days worth of work or whatever I got to do. And I make sure I finish everything on the list, and it really helps. And I don't add anything extra to that list. So that'll be a new list for the next day or whatever. Walking more. We began Taekwondo, which is real good stress release so far, and it's fun. And something we can do together, which is nice. Just making time for yourself, time for me and her to get out, do things. That's the main thing. Try to find other methods of stress reliefs that I can do that'll actually help me more. Before, stress was like the number one thing in my world, and now I know that it's not that big of a deal. One day at a time, one thing at a time, and I got enough things to do in one day, so I said, let me plan it out. I wrote it down, and every night, that's what I do now. Check it off the list, and once I'm done, it feels real good once you get that list out of the way. I keep myself active, and I found that that's a good outlet for stress instead of bottling it up. So the busier I stay, the more focused on activities that I am, the less stressed out I am at the end of the day. Sleep better at night. We've added Taekwondo, which is a lot more cardio than what I would have normally have done, which I like. I needed to do cardio. Yeah, I trimmed down about 10 pounds. It's my time out, it's my time out of the house, time away from work, time away from school. I got my friends that come here, so it's my social time. So that's probably why I go as much as I do. It's my getaway. I wasn't the kind of person that would go out and look for help, and I always felt I could handle everything on my own, do it myself. I'm a big boy, and but no, sometimes you do need some help. Sometimes it does, you do need to talk to people and get something off your chest, and it helps, because they can give you advice. They might have had a certain experience that might be similar to yours, and they tell you how they dealt with it, and it helps. So maybe I can help somebody out myself in some way. Maybe it saved my life for down the line, maybe a heart attack or a stroke, because now I'm on this schedule, I'm on this program, and what I do now, the things I do now is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.